All right, today I will be talking about mastering the basketball shot. My name is Gavin White. I'm fixing to be a senior in the fall semester of 2025. I'm majoring in physical education and coaching with a pursuit in my bachelor's. Hopefully after this video you won't be able to just perfect your shot, but like it says in the title statement, you'll be able to master it and get better before you start watching this presentation. So the first thing we're going to go over is our learning goals and our standards. Our two learning goals that we're going to be going over is students will be able to demonstrate proper shooting form, including stance, grip, and follow through. Our second standard will be students will understand how technique will help improve shooting accuracy over known power. One of the standards we'll be going over is our SHAPE acronym standard. One, the physically literate individual demonstrates competency in a variety of motor skills and movement patterns. So when looking at form or basketball form, there's many different kind of forms. You have kicking form, baseball, throwing form, hitting a golf ball form, but the one we'll be looking at is shooting a basketball. So if you look at these two pictures here, you see two different varieties of forms, one by Steph Curry and one for the player of the Hornets, number 14. So looking at these two pictures, who do you think has the better form just based off pre-knowledge and what you might think as a basketball expert? So obviously it looks like the player on the left has better form. Just looking at the elbow and the guide hand, you see the elbow is symmetrical with the body, unlike this picture where it's slanted inward towards the chest. And then you see the guide hand right here is to the side of the ball, while right here it's on top of the ball. So after looking at these two pictures, it's very noticeable that the picture on the left is a better shooting form. And that player right there is Steph Curry. He's known by experts as many with the perfect shooting form and perfect shot creation. So one method or technique I like to use when demonstrating shooting form or shooting a basketball is the BEEF acronym. So the BEEF acronym stands for balance, eyes, elbow, and follow through. So the first letter we're going to go over is the B in BEEF. This means balance. So you want to keep your knees bent slightly so you can create power when shooting the basketball, and you want to keep your feet shoulder width apart so you have a stable base, creating that follow through. The second letter we're going to look at in the BEEF method or technique is E for eyes. When looking at eyes and showing eyes, you want your eyes to be looking at the back of that rim so you can create alignment with your body and your cognitive memory on where you want to shoot the basketball, how you want to shoot the basketball, how fast you want to shoot the basketball. So eyes are one of the most important letters in this BEEF acronym, but the third letter and the second E in this acronym is E for elbow. So you want your elbow to be symmetrical to your body, and you want to be underneath the basketball, creating alignment with the rim. This is one main objective you want when creating your consistent form, is you want your elbow in. Like you saw in that picture of the dude on the right, his elbow is bent inward towards his chest. Well, that's going to create inconsistency because when you get here, when you shoot it, your elbow is always going to come symmetrical to your body, so it's better to start symmetrical in the first place. So that's the third letter. Our fourth letter is F for follow through. So when looking at follow through, one picture you can imagine in your head is like flicking your wrist and putting your wrist in a cookie jar. So every time you shoot, you want to flick your wrist and reach into the cookie jar and get a cookie out. This creates consistency in letting the release of the ball go. So with your follow through, that follow through is going to come at the very height of your shot form. So if you have a bad follow through, that can mess up the steps of 1 through 3. So follow through relates to balance just as much as balance relates to follow through. So right here I'm going to show you a video of a very good perfect form. This is again Steph Curry. This is how he shoots a free throw. If you watch very closely, you can see how he has a balanced base. He brings the ball up, elbow under the ball, releases it perfect with a follow through, and that guide hand is on the side of the ball. So as you saw there at the very end of the video, you saw the wrist snap. That's sort of our follow through and our wrist flick. That's how he gets his hand out of the cookie jar. And as you saw with his eyes, he's always looking at the rim. His eyes never sway left or right. They're always vertical towards the rim, looking at the back of the rim. And if you see right here with his feet, you see a wide base with the knees slightly bent. and you see his elbow with the arm below the ball and guide hand on the side of the ball. So right here, we're going to try it. So you want to stand in your shooting form with your knees slightly bent, feet shoulder width apart. Then you want to bring your arm up with an imaginary ball, put your elbow hand underneath the ball, and you want your guide hand to the side, not the top, to the side. You're going to do it all in one motion and do 3 to 5 of them like this. And it just creates muscle memory and cognitive memory into remembering what you're going to do each and every time. And remember, you want to keep your eyes right on the back of the rim. So right here I have a short little quiz or assessment right here. So when looking back at our presentation, we went over the BEEF method or technique. So what does the F in BEEF stand for? A, feet, B, form, C, follow through, or D, force? I'm going to give you a couple seconds to look at this question and answers and determine which one you think it might be. So if you chose C, follow through, you would be correct. Remember that follow through is the third step in what we want to do, and then you have that wrist flick. So I hope this presentation gave you valuable insight on how to master your basketball shot or get better at your basketball shot. It's not a day thing. It's going to take weeks, months, and years. Even some of the pro athletes don't even have a mastery of their shot, and they're still working on it. Hopefully this video showed you a few techniques on how to use it, and you gain knowledge on how to perfect your basketball shot. Thank you.